Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It helps us more than you could imagine.
I'm trying to think of... I actually have a story about LA. I was going to bring it up in the George Heaton one, but the podcast was quite long as it was, so I skipped the story. But anyways, me and... so this was a while back. This was me, Joe Sugg, Ollie White, Will Derbyshire. Mm-hmm. Some people here might not even know who maybe Will is.
I recognize the name.
You'll know Joe Sugg, you know Ollie White, and I think Joe Weller as well. Mm-hmm. That was a big LA trip with us, and we went at an Airbnb, and it was a bit of a den, I'll be honest. The Airbnb was a bit of a... Considering it was Hollywood and it was in the hills, we thought we were going to like this pen place.
Who booked it?
I can't remember, but it wasn't me because there's no way. And I think the pictures were actually like we'd been Airbnb catfished. But essentially, yeah. And we turned up and I looked at it and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed with my reaction looking back at it now because it was super snobby. But I was literally there like, I'm not staying here. Bro, I swear to you. I was like, I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here. And so I left. I left the house. Right, and I went to like a diner, an American diner, and I sat down and I had Will Derbyshire from it. I was like, I'm not staying there, Will. I'm looking right now for a new spot. Started messaging all these other Airbnbs and were like banging. I threw like a big diva fit. Anyways, afterwards, I was there and I was like, okay, well, I've got to go back to the house now to get my stuff anyways. So I'd eaten like, in the US, bro, I asked for pancakes. They gave me like a fucking 5 kilos of pancakes. I was like, this is just outrageous. Anyways, I had like one bite out of pancakes. I was sickened by the idea of this Airbnb. I was disgusted. Anyways, I got up and I went there and I in the end, I couldn't be arsed with the hassle of like moving again and stuff. So I said, fuck it. I'll stay here. Here. It's whatever. So about 2 hours goes past and I'm in my bedroom. I'm vexed. I'm vexed about the whole thing. And we go into the thing. I think it was Joe Sugg that was there. And we ended up, I'm there like, oh, mate, this place, it was like a concrete living room. It was really weird. And it was, me and Joe Sugg were like, oh, we're desperate for like just a game of football. So what we did was we moved everything in the living room, everything out. Right?
What?
And we put like 2 t-shirts down and we turned the living room into a 5-side pitch.
Why?
Yeah. So we started playing football in this living because I didn't care about the place. I was so annoyed at this place. I was like, I'll play football in this place. So I started playing football. Anyways, the place was a shithole. But the main bit of the story was that the reason why I got this place is because we knew someone had said, oh, you guys can stay at my friend's place. They have it as an Airbnb. You stay here. So we all went out one day. We went Disneyland. We came back and Ollie White's Rolex had gone missing. Right, and we're there like, this whole place is pristine. There's no break-in. There's no nothing. Ollie was like, 100% didn't take it to Disneyland, or like, I think we went to Disneyland. We went somewhere, anyways. He was like 100% did it, and it was right here. As like, because it was like new to him, and back then, like, you know, owning a Rolex back is a big deal. Still is a big deal. And he was like, it was 100% here. But we looked around and there was no signs of a break-in. And we're there like, Ollie, mate, you've probably just misplaced it, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no. A day went past and we're there like, it's still not popped up. It was 100% there. Anyways, we decided to text the landlord, like, who else knew that we were staying here? And she was like, oh, the owner obviously knew that you were staying there. And it wasn't a great house. So what we reckon actually happened was the Airbnb owner then came in and nicked. He went round, maybe tried to find some valuables, whatever. Like, he knew who was staying in the house. He knew it was us staying in the house. Yeah. Maybe looked at photos, saw that Ollie was wearing Rolex. I don't know. But anyways, came in. And so we are like 90% sure that it was robbed by the Airbnb owner, which is crazy. Mad. Imagine your own.
Wow.
Like, that, by the way, what a crazy finesse that would be, by the way, is let's say you rent out your house, okay? And you would then rob the stuff that's in your own house. You know your own house. And if it ever went to the police, like fingerprints and stuff like that, well, it's your own house. Of course your fingerprints are going to be in your own house. What an amazing crime to commit.
That is mental.
Isn't it? So wow. I thought, like, it's impossible for Ollie to ever prove that it was this guy unless he had CCTV there.
Do you reckon the guy had like hidden cameras in the Airbnb?
But mate, honestly, could have been anything, or like even otherwise, he maybe had a camera outside the house, so he saw when we all left. He was like, okay, I have time for him. Let's say that we all come back and the owner's in there. He could be like, sorry, I was just checking up on the place. That's all he has to say. Yeah. It's the ultimate crime, the perfect crime.
Hustled.
The perfect crime. So that's what we think happened, and still to this day, I don't like Ollie never found the watch, never heard of the watch, anything like this. I mean, what an
Damn.
amazing like crime! Essentially, hiring out your Airbnb and robbing your own house when other people are there.
Crazy. I got a stolen watch story.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Rolex or anything, but it was about $3,000.
Yeah.
So I was moving out of my flat. I was actually moving out of Halo Tower. You guys all know it used to be called Simon Tower, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm moving out, and Ibrahim is cleaning up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ibrahim, can you like help do that end of tenancy clean? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get some people around. We're gonna do the end of tenancy clean for you.
Yeah.
Ibrahim's the cleaner I've been with for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So he gets some people around. They're not his friends, but it's people that he's hired.
Yeah.
They're cleaning, blah blah blah. I'm like, guys, I need to go IKEA. I'm gonna be back.
Mm-hmm.
And I text Ibrahim, by the way, and I was like, oh shit, I should tell him to grab my watch and pack it. And I said, Ibrahim, in a watch box, there's a gold watch. Make sure to pack that. And he's like, it's not there, bro. And I'm like, nah, it's definitely there because I saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not there. And I'm like, bro, well, it has to be there, like 100%, because there's nowhere else it would be.
You just don't move it. It just sits there.
It's been there for a very long time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's like, it's not in the box. Where he starts panicking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, then the people that you've hired have taken it. It was a woman, 2 women, both Romanian. So they didn't speak very good English. And he starts asking them. He's like, where was the watch in this box?
Yeah.
Because it was literally on the table in the living room in the box when I left it
yeah.
there. And they go, there was no watch in there, blah blah blah. You know.
So they were saying
but it
there
was
wasn't a
very
watch
broken English. Like, so they couldn't.
yeah.
It was hard to talk to him. And he was trying to get it out of him and blah blah blah. And I was like, bro, they've taken that watch because the watch was there. I was literally looking at it, and then I left. And I'm like, well, they've taken it then. So I know Ibrahim's not going to take it. So
yeah, so
I've crossed him off.
We've been working with Ibrahim for years. So I'd left anything and everything around him. So there's no way.
Yeah, Ibrahim will come up to me when he finds like, you know, five on the
pound
floor,
on the floor.
on the floor, £4 on the floor. Like, he'll be like, bro, you need this. And yeah, so I'm like, well, they've taken it. And he's like, bro, Josh, I think you're right. I think they've taken it.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, well, just tell them to give it back. I'm just gonna call the police now. And he's like, he jumps off the phone. I'm carrying on, walking around IKEA, get a call back. He's like, Josh, bro, it's gone crazy. I told her, she crying. She says she's pregnant.
No, what?
I'm like, nah, Ibrahim, they're baiting you here. They've gone and got a Romanian guy around, and the guy's come in. He's like, she's pregnant, and I'm like, what the fuck does that got to do with it? Like,
give me my watch
just
back.
give me the watch back. Like, you've obviously taken it because I know it was there.
Yeah.
And Ibrahim's panicking. He's like, bro, I don't know what to do. It's my fault. I'm like, Ibrahim, just chill. And eventually they left. Like, they had done half the job. Yeah. Didn't take the money that I was meant to pay them when I get back. So they've done most of the job. Yeah. Not all of it, though.
Yeah, 70%.
Yeah. And then they just left. Obviously not collected any of the money that they're owed from the clean because they've obviously stolen the watch.
So they took the watch?
Well, yeah, the watch was gone forever. I've never found it.
But she said... She
admitted
that she robbed it.
I didn't call the police. I couldn't be asked for that. I couldn't be bothered with it. And, you know, she was doing this whole I'm pregnant shit.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't look pregnant or anything. So it was really confusing. Maybe she was, but early on.
Pure waffle, lad.
But it was such bollocks. And I was just like...
So you lost your $3,000 watch?
Like that.
Wow.
And I just...
What a story that is. I hadn't heard that story.
Bro, until you brought up your watch story, I completely forgot about that story.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just had to firm it. I was so pissed for like a day, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I don't really care. Yeah. Like, fuck it, you know?
That's amazing. That is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
What
and then I had a beer, you know, relaxing, I had a beer.
A $3,000 beer.